Sizwe Party has dismissed its chief whip in Parliament, Colleen Makhubele, with immediate effect, and she's been replaced by Des van Rooyen. Let's discuss this now, as of course this appears to be a revolving door, right? A political analyst, Asanda Ngoasheng, joining us this evening. Asanda, very good evening to you, and thank you so much for your time. So, what's your take on the latest developments?
Good evening, and thank you for having me. I think, it's very sad that we are in a situation where the rot of the ANC has found a new lease. So we know that Des van Rooyen was the weekend minister. He was in the finance hot seat for all of 4 days. And after his appointment crashed the rand effectively, and after lots of pressure from international investors, from senior ANC members, and anybody really who cared about South Africa's economy, Jacob Zuma finally removed him. And now, and he was obviously in the Zuma government as cooperative governance minister for 2 years and has had a career, before and after that. But what is sad for me about him coming back now as an MK person is that we are seeing the rehash, we are seeing a boomerang of types where politicians who were disgraced, politicians who had a lot of controversy around them and allegations of corruption, like, for instance, Des van Rooyen, who was said to have met the Guptas before his appointment, is now coming back to influence our politics, coming back to influence the kind of decisions that this country needs to take in order to get into the future. And for me, it's not a good look and it's not a good omen, because it's taking us back to a very bad place and a very bad time when Jacob Zuma himself, who should have never, in my opinion, seen the time of day to be leading yet another political party.
And when you think about Van Rooyen, for example, the party statement says that under him, the caucus will, and I quote, be strengthened, disciplined, and more strategically aligned with the party's historic mission. Are they suggesting that Colleen Makhubele has failed?
Well, definitely to remove somebody, there must be a reason. But I don't know that, I wouldn't say that Des van Rooyen is necessarily any better than the incumbent. But this is, what the MK does. It's literally a revolving door of disgraced ANC politician after disgraced ANC politician. And this is what concerns me about this political party called the MK, is that they claim to be different from the ANC, and yet all they do is bring all of, it's like the Zondo accused list. If you go, to Zondo's report, you can probably predict the next leader that they're going to bring out of the darkness, as it were. And I think, this particular, the person that they replace, that they're removing is somebody who actually did a lot of groundwork for the MK and did a lot of work to give it support and even some sense of credibility, particularly amongst women. And now that she's done her job, they are discarding her, as the MK has done, in the same way that, people found themselves MPs with MP positions and MP salaries, but didn't even last 2 weeks, and were firmly, very quickly replaced.
Very quickly then, Asanda, how much of what you've just said, right, the boomerang, the revolving door, then in terms of damage do to brand MK party?
I think it does a lot of damage, because it shows it to be a politically an unstable political party where, the changes between 1 month to the next are actually quite vast and quite drastic. Because it was just the other day when they were announcing Tony Yengeni and, they're literally announcing a member at least once a month at this point. And, they've already destroyed the career of one Floyd Shivambu, who left a very high position in the EFF, and many, many others. And my biggest concern is that, over and above the fact that they are recycling the Zondo list accused and basically bringing back the toxic elements of political leaders of South Africa, they are also causing such chaos and instability in our political system. So yes, the ANC is corrupt, and yes, there are many things that we can critique them on, but the one thing is that they do and have brought some level or some semblance of stability, because while they do chop and change members, it is not at the rate that we are seeing. And the fact that these people they don't just bring them in as members, but they very quickly parachute them to the legislative house where we are supposed to be making policies. How are you going to make policies as the MK when your membership changes every month? How do you even build or put together coherent policy lines, or build campaigns around policies or bills that you want to pass if your membership is never stable? And this is a big concern, not just for the MK, but also for South Africa's own stability and South Africa's own, in fact, never mind just South Africa, the people that they claim to present. What has this political party done for them, and what level of stability have they been able to give for them? Never mind bringing any bills that, actually give them credence for the votes that they actually got.
Certainly, and one really raises questions of continuity at this point. But thank you so much, Asanda. Appreciate your time this evening. And this is a developing story indeed. Political analyst Asanda Ngoasheng.